The human eye is the anchor of our reality. We navigate our world through a deluge of light, photons bouncing off surfaces, painting a landscape of color and distance. But as you descend into the blue, this painting begins to fade. First, the reds vanish, then the yellows. By the time you reach 3,000 feet, you have entered the bathypelagic zone. Here, the sun is not just dim, it is non-existent. In this world of absolute shadows, an eye becomes a biological tax. Eyes require immense energy to build and brain power to process. When you live in a place where light literally cannot exist, evolution eventually asks a cold, calculated question. Why keep a window open when there is nothing outside to see? As eyes wither away, the entire body transforms into a giant living ear. Deep-sea inhabitants have traded their sight for a sixth sense called the lateral line system. Imagine if your skin could hear the heartbeat of someone standing across the room. These creatures possess a row of sensory organs along their flanks that detect minute pressure changes in the water. To a blind deep-sea predator, a shrimp flicking its tail 50 feet away isn't just a sound, it's a physical ripple, a map drawn in the water. They don't see the world, they feel the shape of the displacement around them. Scientists still don't know the specific trigger that forces one lineage to go blind, while another, living in the exact same darkness, evolves a hypersensitive lens. We move deeper, where the water is colder and the silence is heavier. Here, the senses of smell and taste merge into a singular, haunting navigation tool. Look closely at the tripod fish. It stands on the seafloor on elongated fins, perfectly still, facing into the current. It has almost no use for its eyes. Instead, its pectoral fins have evolved into long, feather-like sensors that reach out into the flow. These aren't just feelers, they are covered in taste buds. It is tasting the current for the chemical signature of prey miles away. It is an alien way of existing, standing in the dark, waiting for the flavor of a meal to drift into your hands. What we've discovered only deepens the mystery. We have found creatures in the deepest trenches that possess the genes for eyes, but the genes have been silenced. It's as if the blueprint is still there, tucked away in their DNA, waiting for a light that hasn't shone for millions of years. But there is a twist in the darkness. Just as life decided eyes were useless, it invented its own light. 90% of deep-sea life is bioluminescent. In a world with no sun, life became the sun. But the most terrifying predator is the stoplight loosejaw. Most deep-sea creatures can only see blue light. They are blind to the color red. However, this fish produces its own red light, a secret frequency. It shines a red beam like a sniper's laser. Because its prey cannot see red, the loosejaw is essentially hunting with night vision goggles in a world of the blind. It sees everything, but remains invisible. We are a visual species. We trust what we see. But the deep ocean teaches us that sight is just one narrow doorway into reality. Down there, in the crushing weight, life has moved beyond the eye. It hears the pressure, it tastes the current, it hunts with invisible fire. As we return to the sunlit world, we are left with a humbling realization. We aren't the masters of perception. We are simply observers standing at the edge of a dark, vast room, trying to understand a conversation being held in a language we cannot yet speak. The abyss is not empty. It is just waiting for us to learn how to feel the dark.